So I woke up this morning, I rolled over a couple times, pinched myself, and yes, it was still real. It was official. The Sixers have James Harden on their roster. Things are about to get crazy, and we have a lot to break down today. Let's go.
Perfect.
What is going on, everybody? RB here. Welcome back on into the show. Like always, hit the like button if you enjoy the content. Subscribe if you're new. And hit that notification bell so you get all the updates when we drop content or go live. I'm sure we have a lot of new people tuning on in who came through as the Harden Stan Club. Welcome to the channel. If you came to a place where you're looking for 24/7 Sixers coverage, play-by-play, news coverage, live streams, call-ins, interviews, all that good stuff, you came to the right place. And us Sixers fans are very, very excited. It's a big day in Philadelphia basketball history, to be quite honest with you, and I still can't believe it's real. But how about a warm welcome to the man himself? That is right, James Harden. He is actually a Sixer. That did happen yesterday, and it's real. It's 100% real. Preaching the patience, and it paid off, and here we are, man. We got a lot to talk about, just a lot of things going on today. Usually, like I said, we live stream a lot of the games, but I think I'm going to take today and tomorrow off just to kind of refresh. And it appears, according to reports, that Harden will make his debut Tuesday in Philadelphia at the Wells Fargo against the Celtics. You better believe we will be live for that. It's going to be an insane show, man. And just as of, the time of recording this, the Harden jerseys actually just dropped. The Harden jersey dropped online. I was able to secure one. Apparently, they put him out in the Wells Fargo before tonight's game against the Thunder, which, by the way, do I care at all about that game? No, I don't. I just need to see James Harden and Joel Embiid in the same offense. But, the Sixers fans, are absolutely going crazy. We're already showing major love. I love this fan base so much. In other news, 2-5, a.k.a., as we retired the movement, now 1-0. He switched his number. I think we were successful with the movement, ladies and gentlemen. We retired that number. In fact, now they're making jokes and memes. And by the way, I will have more videos coming out in the next couple days. Just, certain topics and things I would like to talk about. But they're making this meme and this cartoon now, Ben 10, if you remember that show. I mean, it never stops, man. But the 2-5 movement was successful, and it's hilarious how the man already showed up and is ready to go pretty much. And he apparently got emotional on the phone with KD. He was talking to Steve Nash. Just a lot of things, which, just to hint at, we will have a separate video out for that probably tomorrow. But Tyrese Maxey, our young stud, who I can't wait to see that backcourt, Maxey and Harden, he chimed in on James Harden today. He said it's a 2 MVP caliber player team on top of what we have here already. I think the one thing it's going to help us is the chemistry and the brotherhood that we have here. It's going to be great. I cannot wait. And, I was over there on Twitter today. Shout out to everybody who's been coming through and talking. It's been great. And something rattled in my mind today. I don't know why. I guess I was watching too many James Harden highlight tapes. But remember this moment. I think it is only right that the Sixers bring back Corey Brewer on a 10-day contract, because this was legendary. Look at Corey Brewer's face, man. It was awesome. Imagine if he came back. But man, I don't know. I think that would be hilarious. Shout out to Corey Brewer. Does he even still play anymore? Is he in the G League? Who knows? But anyway, we got more news today. We got more insight. A bomb of an article came out from, I think it was Ramona Shelburne, Woj. I feel like they all contributed and just put in certain pieces of information about how this deal actually went down yesterday. We're going to run through it real quick. So here was a quote from the article. This was actually, I think this was from Ramona. Like I said, a lot of people had insight into this. But apparently Harden, although never playing with Joel Embiid, has always been a fan of him, and that's a good thing to hear. Back in his days in Houston, we remember those primetime games where they were going at it. And Harden respected Embiid as a competitor, which was great. Here's a quote. James respects players who do a good job defending him, and Joel has always done that. And another one, which I thought was pretty funny, from Ramona Shelburne. Joel's going to love playing with James. I'm not saying this to take a shot at Ben, but James loves basketball. That is going to be refreshing for Joel. When he's not at the club, he's on the court. And I would post a picture of the strip club that openly welcomed, no pun intended, James Harden, but I'm not trying to get banned off the tube. Anyway, I saw a lot of, back and forth today on Twitter. People are still blowing my mind talking about this potentially being a bad trade. You're out of your damn mind. This had to happen. We gave up Seth Curry, Andre Drummond, and 2 first-round picks, and the ghost of Ben, who has not been here, who has not stepped on the floor, was not going to. And it's just crazy, especially with a guy like Stephen A. Smith, who I've looked up to before. Look, I still respect him, but at the end of the day, he's dead wrong. He doesn't know what he's talking about. This just gave me more fuel to the fire. This just ignited me to go even harder because the media coverage, the national media coverage I'm seeing about this, and a lot of people saying that the Sixers made a bad trade. It just really pisses me off because they need things to debate about. I hate how this team is covered. For example, Joel Embiid, it took so freaking long for him to get his respect on a national stage. And finally, they started to put him in the MVP conversation and say, this guy is legit. And we knew it way before, but now they're going to try to talk down on this trade. Although the Sixers got a top 15 player in the league right now, alongside Joel Embiid, the best player in the league. Meanwhile, giving up a guy a contract that was absolutely abysmal that we had to get out of here, and some replaceable players. I'm grateful for Seth and Drummond, but they're replaceable. And we kept Tyrese Maxey and Matisse Thybulle. The Sixers made out like bandits, and that's why I'm here to tell you, the Sixers won this trade. They did, and I'm not saying that Brooklyn lost it because I do think it was fair for both teams, and I think it was a good trade for both teams. But at the end of the day, the Sixers won this trade. The Nets, I think they're building more for the future. My hot take is that Kyrie won't even be there next year. The Sixers went from being a good team, a good, decent team, into championship contention and finally giving Embiid that Robin. Embiid's never had a guy like James Harden. Harden's never had a guy like Embiid, and I am officially coining this era of basketball, this Philadelphia basketball term, the unfinished business era. That's right. Daryl Morey and James Harden have come back together. He wanted them since he left Houston, and they are about to finish the business that they had started before. So just like we started the 2-5 movement, it is now the unfinished business era, and I cannot wait to see all 3 of these people, Harden, Morey, Embiid, they are hungry for a ring, and I can't wait to see what happens. There was another piece of the article that came out today talking about Daryl Morey and everything, and I just wanted to remind people, this was a tweet I had that was, blown up, and I'm glad it did because, I just want to remind people that Daryl Morey got it done. It didn't matter when, but the fact of the matter is he got it done. We need to preach patience. We have one of the best executives in the league since becoming our president of operations, right? We were always the ones to get disappointed. This man has gotten rid of Al Horford's contract for Danny Green. He got rid of Josh Richardson for Seth Curry. He drafted Tyrese Maxey, even Isaiah Joe, guys like that. And he just got rid of Ben Simmons and brought in a top 15 player in the league and put us into championship contention and gave us 2-star basketball. I mean, that 2-man game is going to be absolutely cutthroat, lethal, and he gave us 2-star basketball for the first time in forever. We've been asking for it for a long time. I know you can say Jimmy Butler. Let's be honest, it's not the same as James Harden and Joel Embiid. And, it's crazy because even if things don't work out this year, which they may not, we may not go all the way, the fact of the matter is I trust Daryl Morey to fix this roster no matter what. Even if he has to move around some other contracts or get more pieces, get more complimentary help, which will definitely happen now that the Sixers have 2 stars. I just think it's a win-win, and I think that we need to put our trust and faith in Daryl Morey. There were even some comments telling me that I wanted to, trade for roleplay. No, I wanted to make a trade. Since the summer, 7 months ago, I've been saying, trust in Daryl Morey, wait up until 3 p.m. on February 10th, and then we will evaluate. I wanted to make the trade all along, and the fact that he got James Harden out of it when I thought at some point here in the last couple of weeks we were essentially screwed because of the man baby himself, and Morey still pulls off Harden. Job well done, and I hope it serves to a lesson for all the people that doubted Daryl Morey. We have one of the top guys in the league, and we need to continually let this guy work. It was absolutely amazing. And then the part of the article that came out about Daryl Morey, so it was pretty much detailing how this trade went down. And apparently Daryl Morey was shouting at Nets GM Sean Marks, "Stay on the bleep phone," at 1:15 before this went down. Like, Daryl Morey was so motivated. He was not getting off that phone. He said, "Yo, James will be mine again. You stay on that phone. We are going to get this done right now." The Nets knew that Harden wanted to leave. Another part of the article was that Harden had, FaceTimed them and said he wanted out. Daryl said, "We are getting this thing done. I'm not missing again." Man, I love it. I love the aggressiveness. And then Doc Rivers commented before the game a little while ago on James Harden and how he will fit. I definitely recommend watching that press conference. But Doc Rivers said, in response to a question from Howard Eskin about pressure, this is the one thing I wasn't too fond of, but that cockiness kind of came out, and he said, "No one else can put more pressure on myself than me. I'm in this to win. There's going to be pressure. There should be. If there wasn't, everybody would be chanced. We did this deal so we could jump into the fray." I do like that part. It's just Doc was like, "I'm going to tell you for the last time," but I really do like the part where he says, "This is the time. This is where we leap into championship contention." And that's why, if you're a Sixers fan that's mad about this, you should really reevaluate. We have a shot now to compete. There's no teams in the East. It's wide open. There's no teams where I'm really so afraid, right? And I think we have a chance now. We at least have a shot, and I can't wait to see what happens. There were a lot of other great things from Doc. He said that he's going to stagger minutes. With Tyrese Maxey, James Harden, he's always going to have a point guard on the floor. He said it's going to make Shake Milton, Furkan Korkmaz better. By the way, Shake is back tonight. And Doc also admittedly said, we are going to be active in the buyout market. So, I don't think we're done. I think Daryl is 3 steps ahead of everybody. I think he has a plan, and, I can't wait to see what happens. And another quote from Doc Rivers regarding potential for staggering with the new group, Doc said that they will be likely looking at the best combination of duos to have on the floor at any given time between the foursome of Embiid, Harden, Harris, and Maxey. I also touched on yesterday how, Tobias Harris is going to benefit from this as well. Just James Harden, the facilitator, he's second in the league in assist at 10.8. When he went to Brooklyn last year, I don't know how many times I need to emphasize this. When he was motivated, when his team was there, when they were locked in, he was playing great. He was playing out of his mind. In fact, I was the one who made a mistake last year, not wanting to trade for him, not wanting to trade Ben, because I still had a glimmer of hope, but I was wrong. And, everybody never wanted to fail to remind me every single day how great James Harden was looking, how great that trio was. Now, obviously, they only ended up playing 16 games together, and it probably will go down as one of the biggest what-ifs in history. But at the end of the day, why are we not remembering when this guy's locked in, when he's motivated, and now that he has the guys he trusts, right? He loves co-owner Michael Rubin of the Sixers. He loves Daryl Morey. Daryl will do what is needed to build a championship team, especially now that he has his guy. It's like trading for your own son. And it's like, we can go finish this off. We can try to build a contender. I'm not sure if we're there yet, but I think we have a chance. And you finally got the guy for Joel. The 2 guys Daryl Morey loves most, he got them their guys. And I just can't wait to see this in action, man. It's going to be huge, and things are just going to ramp up, man. I can't wait, and let's hope that they stay healthy. The last thing I want to touch on is J.J. Redick, who apparently has been liking some tweets talking about potentially coming out of retirement. You can speculate on that. I don't know if he will. He's been doing a great job, by the way, in the broadcast and media stage. But JJ, if he wanted to come out, hey, give us a little bit of production off the bench. Like Doc said, we will be active in the buyout market. I think we'll get a backup center, and I think people will slowly be relieved and remember that we just got James Harden, and hopefully, he can open up the floor for some of these shooters. You got Maxey playing off the ball, which Doc said those 2 will probably be starting next to each other, and then Tobias is going to improve from this. I can't wait to see it in action. That first 3, the Wells Fargo is going to go absolutely nuts. But those are just my thoughts. Welcome to Philadelphia, James Harden. We'll have a lot more coming up in the next couple of days, and I can't wait for Tuesday, man. You guys give me all your thoughts down below. Appreciate you for tuning in. Like always, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace.
Perfect.